Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the live stream where we first review the watch list and we're going to trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a great, relaxing, refreshing weekend. It is, Monday the 4th of May. I had to think about that for a second. It says right up here, it's 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another 15 minutes till the market opens at 9:30. We wrap up trading and this live stream between 10:30 and 11. Check out the video description below for some FAQs and let's dive right into things. Good morning, everyone. I see you guys all flooding in here. Good to see everyone again. Good morning. Good morning. While everyone gets settled in, I'm just going to quickly go ahead and review the SPY. So we closed here on Friday at 282. So we are a little bit red, and you can kind of see that on the 5-minute chart just a little bit here. So 282, can't even really get to that on this chart. Let me just kind of move it down a little bit here. 282, 79. So yeah, basically all the way down here, down about 1%, not too bad. We definitely hit a bit of a high, and this is the area we've been talking about for quite some time. We had the big initial bounce in this area, and actually let me kind of move this back here a little bit. We had the big initial bounce here in this area, a breakdown, pullback to this area, a retest in this area, a breakout, bounce in this area, a little breakout and then pullback, and now we're dipping back below it. So we kind of reached the $300 area. So it looks like, this bounce could be somewhat over. I wouldn't be surprised if we had, the beginning of a bit of a red week or, a little bit of a red streak in general overall in the market. So just, kind of keep that in mind. It's not super important with the small caps, but just always kind of good to know the general direction of the market. Definitely doesn't hurt. Let's go back here. So going through the gap scanner, there's a lot of sub-dollar stocks today, I gotta admit. And I typically don't trade the sub-dollar. I do have MVIS kind of on my watch list. I do like how it's holding its highs relatively good. It did have somewhat of a steep pullback here, 30%, but now we're, again, back above VWAP. This isn't looking too bad. So I don't know, MVIS, I'll keep on my radar, but it's gonna be a little bit ugly over here with the decimal places if it goes over $1, I'm sure, for at least an hour or two. But I'll keep an eye here, see if we break the former high. What was the catalyst on this one? Quarterly earnings, so they're up on earnings, and now they're just kind of breaking past new highs. They might have a bit of a short squeeze going on here as well. Long term, yeah, you can see this area, big gap down area. You want to watch out for that, 0.58, kind of the $6 area. Goes way back to here as well. And since we're kind of clearly above this area as well, I'm going to kind of put this where my alert is actually as some support and resistance as well. 75 is definitely a bit of a gap down area. Little support and resistance pivot zones. So I'll keep a close eye on this one. I'm not totally sure if we're going to be trading this one, but it does have a lot of volume pre-market, so this one could be kind of interesting. OGEN, not too interested. At first, I was kind of interested when I was looking at it this morning. It was kind of pulling back here, but then it got rejected off of VWAP and now selling off, so not really too interesting. APDN, this is really the one that has most of my attention. They have coronavirus news, positive results on animal testing. Obviously micro and macro news on APDN. So all the coronavirus stocks, especially with FDA approvals or coronavirus vaccines, have been really, really hot. So we'll see how we want to trade this one. Right now it's at 13. I was thinking about buying this pre-market on a pullback back to 10. We never really got a quick pullback. I was already looking at it in this area. So I don't know. I might trade this one pre-market here, but most likely we'll wait till the market opens. Good morning, everyone. I see you guys all crawling in here. I was gonna call out everyone's name, but there's just so many people. Maybe tomorrow I'll take a little bit more time to it, but happy to see everyone again for sure. It's really, really nice. Good way to start a Monday. Satoshi says, I have a history with APDN. This one has to be a nice big pullback before anything. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I'm also looking for a bit of a pullback. I like the long-term chart on APDN. We had some spikes here. This one held really, really nicely, so that's a good bullish indicator for today. Also, we had some run-ups here, held the highs pretty nicely. I think we traded APDN not too long ago, but it's not popping up in my chart, so I might have done it with my IRA account or something like that. But again, guys, we're all the way here at $10 now, and we hit almost 13. So just keep it, or we went to almost 14. Oh, okay, we went to like 13.07, so just right here in this area. So yeah, I think a pullback back to 10, I would be, I don't know if we're gonna hit 10, but in that area would be really nice. We had some bottoms and some tops in this area, so that would be really, really good price range. Timmy asks, what are my thoughts on MVIS? Yeah, so I just reviewed MVIS. I typically don't trade the sub dollar. So if we start breaking above $1, this one might get a little bit more interesting. Earnings winner from a few days ago doesn't have any super new catalysts. So I don't know. We'll see. We also have the 180-day moving average right above it, acting as big resistance. I got an alert here if we break above it. I don't know. I might trade it, but at the moment, out of the gates, I'm going to be watching APDN for sure. Let's kind of go down the list a little bit. Stml not moving. I think this one was a merger or something like that. That's why it was kind of priced out and probably was acquired. Yeah, here we go. Acquired $677 million at 11.50. So that one's not going to be moving. KLXE. Not a lot of movement on this one. I have an alert here if we break over 1.9. $2 is some big time resistance on this, so I would like to see us break $2. But if we can do that, I think this could be a good run. KLXE, what kind of news do we have on it? Merger deal news. So it does have a catalyst. I always like those merger news. They tend to do fairly well. Yeah, big run up though. Across the board, we've had huge run ups. I mean, MVIS, APDN, both 100 plus pre-market gap. So kind of good stuff here. Put another alert here at 165. See if we break above that. ANIX pulling back here, not really looking too interesting. This could be a good bottom bounce at one point. I don't know, $3 big resistance, 275. Big support at 2. Does have some coronavirus related news as well. Selling off aggressively though, so there could be some warrants or something like that. That we're not seeing. 30% pulling back already. QES, this one just kind of popped up on the scanner fairly recently, but already pulled back so extensively. Trading kind of light. Big resistance at about 180. I don't know. It's tough to say. Probably won't be trading this one either. 115, some support in this area. You can kind of see we've been bouncing off these areas for a little bit here. Yeah, so I think out of the gate, unless we see something really, really nice pop up in the next few minutes here, I think APDN is 100% the pick. I'm totally on board with Satoshi. I'm going to be looking for a bit of a pullback. We're getting a nice pullback actually right now. I'm not sure how far it is going to pull back. We definitely have long-term multi-month support at 10 with a hot catalyst like this one has. I'm not sure if we're going to go all the way back to 10. Check out the float as well on APDN. 3.4 million shares outstanding. I think the float was about 2.5 or something like that. So really, really nice float. Total gap up of about 100%. So pretty solid move there. Approaching VWAP already. I guess we have a lot more time than I thought we did. So we got another 4 minutes here till the market opens. Really smooth sailing. Kind of a really relaxing little start to the scanner. Like usual, I'll also be taking smaller position sizes out of the gates. Probably my first trade, I'll make a little bit smaller, especially if I do it pre-market here. And then we'll go back to basically a third of our daily allocation. So right now we have an account size about $6,000, so $3,000 per day, which means about $1,000 per trade. So we could trade 3 times with a cash account. If you guys have any questions about the cash accounts or margin accounts, pattern day trader rule, I have a video. It's called the $25,000 challenge, and I go into that quite extensively. It's in the video description below. Jose feels like an attorney the last 5 minutes before the market opens. Usually not, because we'll be reviewing too many tickers, and I'll be like, oh no, the market's opening. I'm like I'm like a little rapper trying to go through all the tickers. Actually, talking about going through tickers, UAVS lead gapper from a few days ago, this one was destroyed. We have a whole video on it. So this one, not really holding the highs too hot, or, not holding the bounce. We had a bounce at all the way to 1 point, what was that, 8 or something like that? Yeah, and now we're back at kind of 1.2. So not looking too good on this one. MDGS. This was the lead gapper on Friday. This one sold off so aggressively. I mean, this sell-off was much more aggressive than I was expecting here. So kind of interesting move on MDGS. My trades aren't popping up yet for some reason, but if I stay on the screen long enough, they should be popping up at one point. Having a nice little bottom bounce here. We hit 275 and bouncing off the low. So could have been a cool little dip buy. We did know 275 was some keys, long-term support and resistance. So that could have been a good trade for a lot of people. Actually, I kind of wonder if I had an IRA trade on that one. That's a classic kind of support bounce that I would be looking for. MYO had a big pullback from 5.8 after this double top that just failed to break out. Hasn't really been holding the highs. MIST Friday trading as well. This one's actually kind of interesting. This one is holding the highs fairly well. Has a big gap down area, and it's just kind of getting started here. We had a first big green day on Friday. So let's see if there's going to be a bit of a continuation here, because in theory, this thing could run all the way to 10 if it does a classic gap fill. I'm going to have an alert here at 3.9, see if we break above it. So MIST could be a really, really good swing trade. I don't know if we're going to be day trading it because it doesn't have a catalyst or anything like that, but for those of you guys interested in swings, could be really nice. SPI pulling back here. Not really looking too interesting. All right, guys, I'm going to go back to APDN. Let's see how this one opens up here. I have basically 100 shares ready to go. I might actually even reduce that to 90, just so I have a little bit of lower risk on APDN out of the gates. I'm going to put auto send on, and just to show you guys, yeah, that'd be about $1,000 here. All right, good luck, everyone. $9:30, opening bell, let's go. Look at the daily chart. You can see that's pulling back already here, a little bit of red. 5-minute chart, big time support and resistance right here at 11. We got the 15-minute EMA and VWAP right below. Bounced off 11.5, could break higher here. What a move. I mean, this one candle, guys, alone, nice 4%. Actually, that's not too much, but still nice. I'm not going to be getting aggressive probably till a little bit later. Stml, this one just popped up here, 150% up. Let me quickly pull this one up. Okay, now this is the one that, sorry about that. It's frozen. Forgot about that. Let's go back to APDN. Had a kind of aggressive 1 minute sell off. I wouldn't be surprised if this continued just a little bit here. 5 minute looks like a bit of a bear flag as well. Shane, that's a funny comment. Look at all the former lead gappers, guys, all red. This is why I'm very cautious with holding overnight and swing trading these things, unless I'm buying big dips. Market's red in general, VIX is up. MVIS, our second lead gapper on the day, is looking pretty hot. Nice little pullback here. Hit the former support zone, bounced right back up, 7%, 8% move. This one could have really been a good dip buy here at 8.8347, especially with all the tops in this area and the former breakout zone in this area. So congrats if anyone got that dip buy. I know I sure didn't. I mean, you guys saw it, but very cool move on this one. My alert also didn't go off on this one, which is kind of annoying. Classic TOS issues. I'm going to go ahead and move my alert up. APDN, back at 12. Gideon says no fill on CODX, lagginess on, I'm guessing you meant TOS instead of POS. APDN still struggling in this area, constantly like big orders pushing it down. Let's see when the small cap movers watch list starts kind of showing a little bit more movement here. APDN finally breaking out from the 12. Some nice orders coming through as well. I have not made any trades yet. I have been waiting for a little bit more of a pullback on APDN. So far, it's definitely the lead gapper. 77 or $40 million volume, really nice. MVIS, huge amount of dollar volume, now over $1. Might have to switch my attention a little bit to that one. Ah, wait, hold on. Sorry, I was looking at the market cap. Amateur hour mistakes for me. Small cap movers should be popping up here. Big sell-off. This is the pullback we've been waiting for. Bouncing off the 11. Pulling back again. Just calmly watching APDN, seeing where the price action's going here. This could be a bit of a halt if it's a really quick dip. Pulling back now. See if we can get a little entry fill at 69. Will we have a little break back above 11? I'm not totally sure. Going back to the 70s here. My alert did not go off again. Smaller position size on this one. See if we get a little bounce here at the 11. Looking for maybe one more candle here to the upside. Could be a good entry here at 23, and we are out of this trade. Little small move, nice little one, about a 5% profit, small position size. So good little quick first trade. Trades are not showing on the chart yet. I'm not totally sure why, but they should be popping up. This happens a lot when there's a lot of volume in the overall markets. So to show your trades, you just go here and say show trades, which is checked it. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck it and recheck it and see maybe if they pop up. Sometimes you have to totally refresh your TOS. So no trades popping up just yet. The reason I got a little bit more aggressive with APDN is because of the fact that it's a lead gapper on the day. That's why. Here we go, having a second pullback here. This could be going past the 50s. Bouncing again, went to 59. Could see back at 11. $10.7, $10.6. Maybe we'll get a little entry here. Probably not though. Looks like 10.5 was the bounce territory here potentially. Could see one more pullback, but I'm not sure. APDN lead mover on the get day, CODX and MVIS as well. CODX has some nice moves here. MVIS had a good breakout and pulling back here. This could be a great entry to anyone looking for MVIS. See if we can maybe get an entry on this one. That'll be a very small position size. Looks like we're gonna have probably a VWAP bounce on this one. My alerts are just absolutely not going off. $18 pullback already on MVIS. It's like it might have a little crack of VWAP. Could be bouncing. Still watching APDN. 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. APDN back at $11. Congrats to anyone that got that 50-cent bounce. Very aggressive pullback with MVIS. Big mover. Check out RVP. I see it crawling up here. Woo, yeah, this one's really nice. Solid breakout here. 40% run up so far. Not sure what the catalyst is. Government contract, that's really nice, RVP. Yeah, and it's getting halted. So MVIS, I just kind of missed this entry a little bit here. I was a little bit too conservative, which is fine because these sub-dollar stocks sometimes have those fast flash moves, and I was just not looking to risk it. So this one's bouncing actually quite nicely here, 5% in this area. I'm not sure if we're going to get another pullback, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and move back my limit order even more. Look for a potential bounce in this area. Again, I have my notification here if we keep pulling back. APDN, let's go back to this one. We could see another move to the downside on this one, unless it rips back above VWAP and we start, having a nice little curl here. This one all the way down to 1050, almost exactly. I think exactly, it's hard to say. When we had the initial bounce off the 60s, I was expecting actually 50 to break when we touched it. So I was looking for a little bit more conservative of a limit order on that one. MVIS still pulling back. APDN, we just bought it on the 23. See if we can get a little bit of a bounce here on this one. It's kind of a strong, aggressive pullback. Would like to see us go back above 100. 1050, sorry. New minute's about to start here. Had pretty decent entry on this one. Could see it still pulling back though. Decent entry doesn't mean anything. Back to our entry price right here. Looks like this might crack. Looking for a bit more of a bounce here. APDN has been selling off fairly aggressive most of the morning here. We need to break 10.5. That's when this one's going to get a little bit more interesting again. If it doesn't break 10.5, I'll be getting out pretty soon. Here's the test. I got it on the 40. I think we might bounce here, but you know what? It wasn't bouncing as strong as I'm hoping for. This could be way too early of an exit here. Looks like it might break above the 10.5 now. Yeah, it's building that momentum we were waiting for. 10.5 could be cracking. Yeah, there we... Yeah, got out too early. So... shoulda, coulda, woulda held this one a little bit longer. Big support the 10, but you know what? Sometimes you get skunked on these so many times when you hold too long, and I just didn't want to risk it. We tried 3 times to break past 10.5, so if it does break past 10.5 now and whatever, I got my 20 cents out of that one. Well, 18 cents, so I can't really complain totally. You know, sometimes you have, especially with these, you know, we're technically trading the backside of a morning run, right? So you want to be very careful with the backside moves. MVIS selling off. Yeah, I see it. One AP Pro. That's why I go to the bathroom like 10 times before the market opens. MVIS. Still trying to sell off here, looking for a bit of a double bottom. Wouldn't be the biggest bounce. APDN 10.3, this one could be pulling back even more. I really hate these extended decimal places. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my MVIS trade. I don't like how it's kind of just being a little creepy on me. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this one. Sub dollar is never my favorite. I'm going to put alert here. Maybe we'll have a perfect double bottom. I wouldn't be surprised if we do have a perfect double bottom. APDN, look at this. Pulls back. See, this is why I take profits quickly. I mean, here you have the perfect example. Now $10 is falling. If we didn't take that small profit, yeah, I'd probably be a little devastated right now. This is now cracking 10. We definitely have some big support about 9, low 9s. We'll see how fast it cracks. If it even cracks at all. Because that it did crack, but it didn't pull back. So that was actually a very bullish sign we just saw here. You saw it break 10, but there was not a lot of selling momentum. This has been a pretty aggressive pullback overall, 23% so far. Yeah, RVP would have been nice for sure. It's definitely gaining some momentum as well. This looks like a potential really, really nice entry on APDN again, I gotta say. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. But yeah, this could be the APDN bounce right here. This could be quite nice. Check out NIX. This could be a really good, we were talking about this before at about $2. Could be a really good bounce in that area. MVIS, having a bit of a bounce here in this area as well. Would have missed that entry regardless. RVP. Not sure when their next resistance is. Definitely $5 is something to keep an eye on. 5.5 as well. $3.6 could be a really nice little dip buy here. APDN finding some support. You can't sell your MVIS at all. I would call TOS, man, Mr. Bob. That's happened to me once before. It was right before I got tonsillitis. That's how stressed it made me. I called TOS, and there was something stuck on their end that they had to manually clear. There was nothing I can do. I was totally not able to sell that position. So just watch out, man. APDN. This could be a bit of a bull trap, but let's see what happens here. I mean, this could also be the beginning of the bounce. We've had a really, really aggressive sell-off, and now $10 is multi-month, big time support and former resistance. So we might have a really good bounce here. I'm not long anything at the moment. Well, I just saw we have 120 viewers. Very cool, guys. Happy to have you all here. If you like the content, don't forget to hit the like button. ANIX is pulling back. This could be a bounce little here. A bounce little. I don't know if that's a word, but it should be. 207. CODX making moves again. Getting called out. I gotta say, in IX, man, someone's gonna get a really nice bounce trade, and it's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna trade it. APDN, look at that, 10.4. There we go. That's what we've been waiting for. This could be, we could break past the 15-minute EMA. This could be the beginning of the bottom. 1050. This was 1050 was the big resistance area. RVP pulling back as well. With the government contract winner, that's some of the best news. Gotta love those contract winners. This thing's been getting halted all the time. 52% running up. 3.6 is going to be huge support on this one. Look at APDN, 10.7 now. That was the breakout we were waiting for. I was a little bit too hesitant to buy it, and I'll tell you why. The reason I didn't buy APDN, I'm not gonna lie, is because this is my last trade. It's 9.55, and that was kind of a dumb reason because I I'm pretty much done trading in like 30 minutes anyway, so I might as well just wrap it up. But let's see, APDN, this could be the beginning of a nice reversal. Just gonna kind of keep a close eye on it. What was that alert to? Didn't even see it, it was so fast. RVP. MVIS. Such a nice bounce there at 0.88. That initial bounce. Now it's having that double bottom bounce right now. We would have been in this trade if I left that limit order, but IZEA kind of popping up here a little bit. This one's really nice. Pre-market move 60%, runs up here, quick pullback back to 0.3, and then just rips 50%. Nice bull flag here, a bit more of an ABC pattern. Super sweet setup here. Check out that 5-minute breakout and 1-minute pullback as well. IZEA, I was not watching this one, kind of slid past my radar. It's also sub-dollar. Coronavirus competitive intelligence streaming event. Not sure what that means, but there is a catalyst. Shares outstanding and float under 30 million, which is, or under 50 million, which is kind of my max on that. Some big support underneath it. Be a little bit shaky to trade this one. APDN pulling back potentially one last time here. Big buyers coming in though. APDN definitely still has the biggest dollar volume on the day. I see you guys calling out Stml. Don't really see that one. Stml. Oh yeah, again, this one I keep forgetting. This one had an acquisition. It's not moving. APDN, very quick pullback here, making me a little bit cautious, a little bit nervous. Really want to see this one start breaking higher here. So we just got an entry APDN at 1017. 9:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. About to be on the home run stretch of the morning trading. Pulling back again here. Pulling back again. 10:09, 10:08, 10:10. Don't really like what I'm seeing here on this one unless we start breaking higher really soon. Kind of on the 5-minute, we have a bit of a bear flag actually. And we did break to the downside. This could be just a little temporary bounce here. volume fading as well. If we have a move higher, I'm going to get out half my position. Nope. Got out half here. And got out the other half. Took a small loss on this one. I was not ready to hang around and see $10 break. I might have been faked out on this one, but can't get them all. Yeah, okay, bouncing back here already. Or not, I don't know, $10 could be breaking. Like I said, 5 minute, you can see it here. 5 minute is a bear flag, very clear bear flag, and we're breaking potentially to the downside right now. It's hard to say. It's really, really hard to say. I mean, APDN has a lot of volume. It has coronavirus news. It's a small float. This thing has reversal potential that can be absolutely beautiful. So it was kind of tough getting out with that exit, but that was kind of my limit there. I could not hold, I did not want to hold this thing past 10, a break past 10. So there it is. Yeah, Gideon, good comment on that. $10.24. Yeah, we'd be. It's tough. It's kind of painful these moves. It's always painful cutting your losses, no matter what. And I do think there's a really good chance that it's going to break past 10.5. And if it does, this could be reversal territory for a really nice move. But if it doesn't, and just, you know, it just keeps selling off, I don't know, it could be the end. So I'm not trying to stick around and find out. I'm trying to take my profits when I have them and move on. Traded with fairly small position size today, but that's fine. So 2 winners, 1 loser. Could have easily been a winner. Yeah, this is looking good. I mean, I think if you're long right now, this isn't too bad. I could have maybe held that and waited for an actual break of 10. Took maybe about 20 cent risk on that, maybe 20 cent. Yeah, here's the break. This is what I was waiting for. That's unfortunate. This could have been a really good trade. Would have been up 30 cents already. Oh well, can't get them all. Congrats to anyone on this one. And that's basically all the trading from me today. I have no more cash out. I have $200 available, but I'm not going to just throw that money in there just because I'd rather be able to make easier trades in terms of calculations tomorrow. $200 gives me a little bit more wiggle room in terms of my average on these trades. APDN is really interesting to watch here. I think this pullback might be a potential for an entry. I don't know. It's tough to say. That the pre-market run was just really, really strong here. I'm a little ashamed that I got out on this one, but this would be such a fun hold. Oh well. It's good to practice your stop losses. It's good to remain disciplined, and that's what I did there. So can't be upset about that. Saeed asked what platform I'm using. I have all that information in the video description below, but I'm using TOS, a platform from TD Ameritrade. No, it's all good. Ask the questions. If you're new here, you know you don't know that. So ask away. APDN. Woo. This one's definitely trying to shake out people. It shook out me, and who knows who else it just shook out, because there's a little bit of, for a bounce, a lot of unnecessary selling, let's just say. Here we go, 1040. Let's see it break past 1050. Back to 1040. I'm not sure why my other trades aren't popping up on the chart. 1034. Not a lot of volume on this one either, in terms of volume just constantly going down. I mean, still a decent amount of volume. I mean, still like 125,000 shares being traded, which is some good volume for sure. But decreasing volume. Also, finding some support here. Try to break down twice now. This could be the third attempt. This could be a triple bottom. This could be a really, really nice triple bottom. Dakota says APDN got me right in the pooper. That's funny. Yeah, I've been looking at a few offshore brokers. That's obviously the big criterion, right? You got to be offshore if you want to not have the pattern day trader rule. Boom! 10.5, guys. This is the breakout we've been waiting for the whole time. Man, I would have loved to still be in this one, but unfortunately I did close it. I didn't want to risk this one any longer. Would have been a really, really nice bottom bounce. At the time, and even in hindsight, it was a nice opportunity, but just because it's a nice opportunity doesn't mean it always works out. So I had to cut my losses, unfortunately. What I should have, maybe could have, would have, should have done is wait for some sort of breakout like this. I mean, this is a clear trend reversal now. This is looking good. And, buying on that second candle. This could be a little red pullback here at 1045. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen, but it could be. And that is the beginning of a nice move here. 10.6. Let's see what happens. Still 10.6. This could continue here. Yeah, 10.75. 10.80. Yep, you would have been up 20 cents already buying that 10.6 pullback. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. A little bit unfortunate. That could have been a 60-cent move for me. Could have squeezed away 6% on it, but oh well. Good fun today. Good fun trading today. Remember, if you're totally new here, we're going to have a recap video at the end of the day, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to see that recap video. I also go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're new here and you don't know already, definitely join us. It's a good, fun little chat here, and we're trading small cap momentum stocks, typically the gap and go strategy. So I'm officially done trading for the day. It's really nice. Only 40 minutes of market open and we're done trading. Actually, I was done before 10 o'clock, but you kind of get the point. So really, really nice. Overall, we started this at 9:15. So we're at 55 minutes now of technically working, if you want to put it like that. So this is not a bad way to grow your account without, being a slave to the market. I think the hardest part, obviously, is figuring out how the strategy works for you, kind of tailoring it to your personality, getting to the consistent part. and then not over trading. It's really, really easy to overtrade, and I think that's something that we talk a lot on this channel, that if you guys been here for even, you know, a week, you've probably heard me mention that quite extensively. Cruiser, nice, good to hear, man. Happy to have you. Yeah, so Heiko says, from South Florida Fishing Channel, says, go post your trades. Actually, guys, if you do post your trades, let me show you how this all works. I'll just pull it up very, very quickly here. Well, obviously, you go here and add a trade, right? But after you add a trade, you'll see something like, you can see all of your trades here. So boom, yeah, you go here, add your trade. I got some of my portfolios here. You could add all the entries you want. Some of my trades will populate here in a second, but basically, yeah, so here you can see some of my trades. And if you guys post your trades on Trade Journal, we have a new thing now. We just started this. This is going to be the first week. We have officially a profile page. And if you throw up your profile, actually the only thing you have to throw up are the social accounts. And make sure to select here social promotions. Make sure to keep having that checked. By default, it will be checked. But basically, if that is checked, then I will go ahead and every day post, I don't know, one, maybe two, but most likely just one trade, a little shout out. I made a little example of it today. I don't know if I'm going to keep posting on Twitter, but definitely Instagram. So here you can kind of see an example. This is our new Trade Journal account, and basically it's going to be a little bit of a shout out here with the recap, a link to it, and I'm going to also post you guys in it. So here you can see this was my trade, and you can see I tagged myself. So if you guys want to shout out, just make sure to add your social information, and I'll go ahead and post a trade today. The first one, I just posted my own trade just as a little test, but this should be a fun little thing to hopefully grow the community a little bit more. That's the main goal. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep posting on Twitter. I might keep Twitter just for news, just for some cold-hearted news like Trade Journal updates. Let's go back to APDN here, because this is kind of looking interesting what APDN is doing. It just broke $10. And this is what I was really nervous about. I didn't want to get stuck in APDN below $10, because if it did break $10, who knows how fast it could move. I also didn't like the fact that APDN pulled back so aggressively. I felt like that was a bit unusual. So it looks like it has not found its bottom yet. Also a good reminder of why we like to take profits very quickly. 9.8. Shutting it down. Yeah, that's Gideon. That's always the best thing to do. Sometimes you just got to wrap up social security number. No, I don't ask for that, but that's not a bad idea. I'll also ask for some TOS information. No, I'm just kidding. No information is required, and if there's no trust, just put in your social media account, and then I'll still post it anyway. Like I said, the profile information is in the future. There's going to be a profile page, and then you can write a little bit about your trading and whatnot. That's the whole point of the profile page. That's not available yet, but maybe by the end of this month it will be. APDN pulling back here. Whew! Ay ay ay. Volume really picked up on this breakdown, so this definitely was a bear flag. I had the wrong timing on it. I sold too early. So it was more of like an ascending channel, if anything. Ascending channels are very bearish. They're kind of like bear flags, but more stretched out, two parallel lines. It's actually one of my favorite patterns to short. I don't typically short stocks too much, but when I short crypto quite often. This is a classic ascending channel. We had a breakdown confirmation here. We had a pullback to the highs. This is a nice chart setup. Simple vegan, yeah. You gotta take those profits. I often take profits way too early, but I'm still consistently growing my account. So I don't complain about it. I think it's quite amazing to take profits. A lot of the trades where I'm like, I'm going to hold this one a little bit longer. I'm going to try to squeeze out that extra 2%. Almost all those trades end in the red. I'll take a small like 1, 2, 3% loss on it when I could have, took a 4, 5, 6% profit on it. So just, keep that in mind. Got to be careful. Unless, if you're trading breakouts on the way up, sometimes you can really get away for some big profits. You can get away with like, this is a 20% move. But especially if this is a backside of the morning gap. And I never try to get away with more than 5% profits on those because every time I try, that's deadly. Saeed, those are all great guys. Honestly, Ross Cameron, you can learn so much from him. He's got a really good YouTube channel. Tim Grattani, I've actually I've looked into Tim Grattani quite a bit. I didn't know he actually has courses and stuff. But yeah, man, if you find the right guy, you found the right trader, I mean, definitely invest into your education for sure. If you think it's worth it, Ross Cameron has some probably really good stuff. But I would say before you buy anything, like check out the free information for a little bit and try to be dedicated to that. And then when you want to take it to the next level, then I would go probably with the premium stuff. When I first started trading, like in 2013, I bought some premium stuff from Tim Sykes actually. This was like 6 years ago. It was good stuff. But I think the most important lesson I learned is becoming like, how can I become self-sufficient as quick as possible? And sometimes, like waiting for stock picks and stuff like that is very poisonous to your own education because you kind of become super dependent. That's why I have all these videos on like how to make your own gap scanner, what to look for, what strategy are we doing, and then on the stream here we can all learn together. APDN, pulling back a little bit here. This is going to be an interesting one. I think by the time we do the recap on APDN, it's going to be really interesting to see where it is. I think between $8 and $9, there's going to be some tremendous support coming in. But I don't know. Yeah, Saeed, I said, I don't know if you heard me, or I don't know if the timing is off here, but Tim Sykes is who I was studying. I don't know if you guys seen the series, but Wall Street Warriors, that's how I discovered it, or discovered him. Really, really funny. Really good little series if you're into trading. I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's not going to teach you anything about trading, but it's just kind of entertaining. Here's a little picture of me and Tim Sykes in Orlando. This was quite some last year. This was before quarantine, but yeah. So if you guys go to Orlando, if he does another summit, he has these summits, Trader Investor Summit. It was good fun. I really enjoyed the networking there. But if you guys ever go, let me know. I'll definitely do a shout out. In terms of like, or I'll let you guys know if I end up going on YouTube, if I book any tickets to any sort of event. Augustin says APDN, I will learn more. I'd be a little cautious with APDN. That was a lot of selling volume that came in there. And right now it really looks like a very straightforward ascending channel breakdown. I've been watching my shares. That's totally fine, Marco. Good to see you, man. Or good to know you're here at least. Oh. I could go for like a little treat right now, like a bar of chocolate. So nice small little profit day. Nothing too crazy. We did use small position size. We didn't have like any blow away trade. All the trades were a little bit smaller. 2 winners, 1 loser. Again, I don't know why my trades aren't popping up on the chart here. This is kind of obnoxious, but maybe if I switch. Look at this. Look at FLDM just kind of coming out of nowhere land. Breaks above 3.4 and then just rips 15%. Not too bad. What did I say about ANIX all day today? Bounce off $2. Right now, if you bought at 201, you'd be up like 4%. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of killing me that I didn't do that. I would have done it in my other account. Thanks, Marco. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say. Guys, check out ANIX. We have a 5-minute breakout here, and we're having a 1-minute pullback. Sometimes a phenomenal entry. This thing could easily retest VWAP, or maybe probably not, but maybe at least 2.2. I'm not going to be trading it, but I did like that $2 support. Not to mention, you know, it's multi-month support and resistance, so always very powerful, and it's whole dollar. It's just a nice area. MVIS, kind of crazy how this one pulled back. So I wanted this entry right here. If I left my limit order, we would have got that. That would have been an 8% bounce. That would have been really, really nice. RVP pulling back 3.7. 3.6 we were talking about as some big support. 3.5 maybe even would be better. Check out the decimal places on this. How annoying. Smith asks, is ANIX a possible swing? WDY. I've never heard of that before. WDY. Why do you think, or what do you think? I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like swing trading any small caps. Ooh, look at this bounce. I like to take my profits pretty quickly. So if I traded ANIX, I'd be up at the $2. I would have front run it because I always do. I would be up about 4 or 5% right now. I would probably be taking profits at 2.2, probably 2.18, knowing me, and I wouldn't look at this again. What I would be very worried about is the fact that this thing sold off 41%. That's a lot. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow it was at 180 or something like that. You just don't know. I mean, check out this time, you know, big gap up here, sold off. Next day, probably a little bit of a pullback. I don't know. Not what I like to be doing. And then you tie up cash. You tie up cash for that whole week. I think there's probably some really good swing trading strategies, but it's not really what I focus on too much. But I do like dip buying near long-term support. I have a different account for that, but that's some of my favorite trading as well. APDN, guys, oof. This does not look healthy. This is This is such a classic short pattern. I mean, perfect ascending channel, pull back, break down, pull back to the breakdown level, and continuation. Like, I feel like we're like in a classroom right now, and like just looking at a textbook. Augustine, I know the feeling, man. That's like the worst, huh? But at least you had a small loss on it. What's also really annoying is, like, I don't know, 5 times in a row, you take profits and then it goes up another 5-10%. And then the one time you don't do it, it's like, just keep selling off. So, I don't know. You got to figure out what works for you. Heiko wanted to short this one out of the gates. Oh man, that would have been pretty intense short. Guys, this does not look good for APDN. I'm gonna go to OTC markets quickly and see APDN. Let's see if they have any warrants out. I probably should have done this morning, but let's see here. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to go to the 10Q. And then I like to go to, type in warrants on the search, or exercise price, both of those. And scroll down here. It definitely has a lot of warrants, but the exercise prices were like at $5, so I'm surprised it took so long for this. Oh, here's some exercise prices at 560, but we've been over at 560 for a while. So you can see exercise price in December 2018 was reduced to 560 per share. So I was kind of expecting something to be a bit more like weighted average exercise price. This would make a little bit more sense, but this is the weighted average exercise price, which I don't know. I'm not totally sure if that's a price that you can sell at. I don't think so. I think this is just statistics. So the 525 is really what you would have had to look out for, but we're way above that area. I don't know. I'll definitely put APDN on former gappers. We're going to be looking at it tomorrow for sure. But look at these former gappers. These are all former runners, and you know, a lot of them are very red. Definitely going to put an alert here at 8. Below. Put another alert here at 7. Create alert. This way, if it keeps pulling down, I could kind of keep track of it, and I would probably buy at like a 6.5 support zone or something like that. I think there could be a good bounce in that area. APDN looks like all the back holders I've gotten stuck in, Heiko says. Yeah, you gotta watch out with that. It's still trending lower. With fading volume, people are not looking at it anymore. CODX is a pretty crazy stock today. I really like this in the morning. 9:45. Look, we broke above 14.9, which is long-term support and resistance. had a quick pullback, retest, rip up 4%, pull back here. The problem is CODX was never attractive percentage-wise. Like 4% does not interest me. That's like for the perfect trade, right? RVP, I gotta say, this is kind of an interesting stock. I don't know how I would play it right now because it's just trending downwards, but kind of interesting what we're seeing here, especially with this double top here, trying to break out a VWAP twice. Doesn't look too good. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up here. Let's see what Heiko says. Didn't make any trades today and happy. I feel like I learned just watching the market today and watching you guys. Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, just sometimes you don't have to make any trades. And I actually really enjoy trading with smaller position size. So I recommend everyone try it out. It really reduces a lot of the stress. Even if you have a max stop on it, that gets triggered, it's not really that big of a deal because you have 2 more trades depending how you allocate your account, if you allocate it the same way I do. So definitely kind of cool way to do it. All right, Satoshi's waiting for the later hours. Yeah, I think RVP, or not RVP, APDN, if and when it bounces, it could be like a 20-30% bounce for sure. We see those things happen all the time. We just don't know where it's going to be. Trouble says, am I up for the day? Yeah, I am. I'm up about 6% based on my position size. As you can see here, my P&L is $63. I had 2 winners, 1 loser. I don't know why TOS is not showing the trades on the chart. It always happens when the markets have a lot of volume. So I'm going to just kind of blame it on that. I think I'm going to have to restart this before I do the recap video. But here you can see P&L on the day, $63. So nice little day. Do I think MVIS will go back to 90s? I don't know. I really don't. I think 0.75 is big time support, and I wouldn't be surprised if it hit this area. This is looking a little bit like a flag pattern here. I'd be kind of careful. And right now we're trending below VWAP. So right now MVIS is 100% selling off. But if it finds some good support, I mean, there could be the beginning of a second leg. Who knows? 96 consolidated, and then it ran 44%. I don't know. Definitely will be recapping this one as well. Yes, Cruiser says, do I recommend Weeple over Robinhood? 100%. I have honestly no idea how people trade with Robinhood. To each their own. It's a very subjective thing, but me personally, like when I'm on Robinhood and I have to I'm always like, how do I place a limit order on this site? And then it's like this little button over here. I don't know. The charts are super weird, line charts. I don't like it. I do know they have like a pro version, but I've never checked it out. I don't know. Weeple is, to me, much more advanced, and I like it. I feel like I see more out of it. Trouble says, you can always watch them on playback on 25% or 2 times speed. And what I do as well, if you want to go back to any of my live streams, after I film the live stream, the first thing I do is once it renders and YouTube publishes it, I post the entry and exit times on all of my trades. So for example, I'll just show you guys what that looks like. So you can go back to any of my live streams and check that out. But basically, here's my account. So let me just show you guys here. So let's say we want to go to Friday's video. Let me quickly pause this video. Look how slow everything's loading right now. Here you can see it. The first pinned comment, you can see these are the times, the entry times of the trades, which means all you have to do is click on that. Let me zoom in a little bit more. All you have to do is click on these numbers and you can see me talking about the trade. And this is right before it opens up. This is right before I enter the trade. So to answer your question, Trouble, yes, I do talk it through, not always. So like the first trade we did today, I talked about potential entry points a little bit, but then I just entered the trade because it was all going really fast. And sometimes I don't have time to like think about like talking speaking my thoughts out loud. And I'm just so focused on getting the entry. So not always, but I try to talk the trade through as much as possible. So just check it out and then you can, so like if you click on, let's say 33.59, it goes right to 33.59, and this is right before I enter the trade. I'm sure you guys know this, but this is looking good. It looks like it's about to break the 4.9. Yeah, fun for toys. Don't ever use market order on Webull or on any platform, in my honest opinion. But yeah, on Robinhood, I have a really hard time, I don't know, using the platform. Look at this MVIS. This is the bear flag we were talking about, and we continued breaking down from it. So just, I don't know, MVIS is definitely not looking like it's done trading just yet. So be a little careful with that one. Webull limits margin accounts till $2,000. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know, Smith, why you would size up with Robinhood and then switch to Webull. Why not just use? Well, I guess if Webull really has a margin limit, I guess that makes sense. But you could also just switch to a cash account. Cash account would be my probably approach to that. I don't like being limited on my number of trades. I feel like that always makes something really weird happen to my accounts. But yeah, I guess you could, in theory, if Webull has a limit at 2,000, you could scale up with Robinhood. That's true. That's very true. But yeah. I'm just thinking, why would somebody use Robinhood if you can use like TD Ameritrade? I'm not even sure. Yeah, Marco, that's probably a valid point. Robinhood really does focus on simplicity, but for me, that's like a downside. To me, it's like too simple, and I can't quickly do things because it's like too simple. Like one web page has only one function, which is great for a beginner. But if you like have been trading for even like a few weeks, it's just really almost unuser friendly because it's too simplified. I think that's my take on Robinhood. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a hater, but I think it's great for what they introduced to the trading community, especially with the zero fees. And I have never used their pro platform, so I can't say anything negative about that. Just their standard default web interface, I have a hard time using. Yeah, I mean, trouble. That's a good point. It's really whatever you're used to. I think that's probably a big part of it too. Like I'm used to this platform, and I could switch from things really, really quickly, and I could get a quick overview. And when I'm on Robinhood, there is no quick overview, in my opinion. Unless you're used to Robinhood, maybe that speaks to you better. So like I said, it's very subjective, and I don't think there's a right and wrong answer. It's more something like everyone will have to figure out for themselves. Yeah, so give it some time. By the way, trouble. In the video description below, there's a link to my exact layout. So if you've been watching these videos, and you understand where I'm clicking, what I'm doing, you can instantly have the same layout. You just upload it into your TOS. There's a whole video on how to do that. So definitely check it out. You can open the shared item here, and basically I give you a link that you open. Yeah, you could use Robinhood for a bit more long-term investing, because you don't have to do too much. You just kind of place that limit order and then be done with it, or market order, you know, whatever. Yeah, fair enough, Marco. Valid stuff. Yeah, and again, in the end of the day, like I always tell people to have like 3 brokers at least. I have quite a few brokers. One, it diversifies me a little bit in case, I don't know, there's an issue with a company. 2, it's always good to try out different platforms, see what you like. Some platforms specialize in different things too. Some might be better for options, and some might be better for, I don't know, futures or something like that. So each platform brings something different to the table. So you have to figure out your personality, your strategy, all these things, and then pick the platform kind of accordingly. But yeah, I have many different platforms. TOS is just the one I use for day trading small caps and dip buying large pullbacks. Bradley says MARK on the move. Boom. Let's see if it's on our scanner here. AGRX is also kind of popping up here. MARK. Did I scroll past it? Don't see it yet. MVIS still pulling back. Man, a lot of sub dollars today, huh? Just across the board. 13% move on MARK. Not too bad here. Watch out. It doesn't look like it has a catalyst. Did have some news the day before, though. Helmets in Japan, US. Big resistance at 0.6. Keep an eye out for that. Or more like 0.65. Yeah, 100% Marco. Really well put. Totally agree. All right, guys, this time for real, I'm wrapping up. It was good fun trading with everyone. I hope I see you again first thing tomorrow morning at 9:15. Woo! Ready to slay the markets. Fun little day trading today. Not a blow-away day, but it was green, so couldn't be happier. I think the most important part is that we stuck to our strategy and we did it right, especially with APDN. I mean, those pullbacks were kind of aggressive. So, you know, even though we could have walked away profitable on this trade, we took a small loss on it, but ultimately we were right because this thing did pull back. So gotta take profits and cut losses when the trade goes against you. All right, guys, I will see you then first thing tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We come out with a recap video in a little bit. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. I'll see you guys then later today. So until then, stay safe and make some awesome trades, guys. Ciao, ciao.